That's my husband. He meditates like this every single day for an entire hour.
He started the habit about 2 years ago. At first, I was a bit skeptical, but he insisted meditation changed his life. I quickly found out he wasn't the only one hooked on the practice. Billionaires like Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey and Bill Gates boast about their meditation routines. Athletes use it before games to help improve their performance. Even schools around the world offer mindfulness classes to students. And of course, there's an app for it. Actually, thousands of them. The most popular ones, Headspace and Calm. Headspace was developed in 2010 and has over 60 million subscribers. It features animated meditation lessons voiced by its co-founder, Andy Puddicombe, a former Buddhist monk.
Today, we have thousands of hours of content, which is audio-guided meditation training, mindfulness-based activities such as mindful walks.
And then there's the Calm app. With over 2 million subscribers, it became a unicorn in February 2019, meaning it's valued at $1 billion.
I think the reason that people are turning to apps is because we're more stressed and anxious than we've ever been before, right? There's so much uncertainty in the world. There's so much stress. People are overworked. They're needing to find peace in their lives. So apps are great in the way that they're so accessible.
In a 2018 study by the CDC, meditation was identified as the fastest growing health trend among adults in the US. In 2012, 4.1% reported using meditation. In 2017, that increased to 14.2%. So what exactly is mindfulness? And what's the hype? I started off by experiencing it for myself at Toronto's Mindset Brain Gym.
So what you have on your head right now is called a Muse brain sensing headband. It's essentially got EEG sensors right on the forehead and behind the ears, and we're measuring the brainwave activity you're generating. Just take a nice, big, deep breath into the belly, and a nice, slow exhale out the mouth. So whenever you notice your mind wandering away from the breath, your focus is gone elsewhere, just catch it, observe where your mind went, and let the thought go. Come back to focusing on the breath. This is kind of like a mental bicep curl or a mental push-up.
So I was calm for 46 seconds.
Yeah, so of the 5 minutes, you were focused for 45 seconds of those. And how long were you active for?
22 seconds.
So 22 seconds. So you were actually distracted only half the time you were really calm and focused.
Okay. Not a bad first meditation session. And I know what you're thinking. Buddhists and Hindus have been meditating for centuries in the East. The West is simply playing catch-up. And you're right. But while this is seen as one of the paths to enlightenment, this type of mindfulness meditation is entirely secular and has been stripped of its religious undertones, which basically makes it more marketable to the masses in the West.
There are a whole bunch of different kinds of meditation, but this one particularly trains people to become aware and to notice their experience. And when I say experience, I really mean thoughts, sensations, and emotions that may just pass through the mind. Mindfulness meditation helps you to become aware of all of that activity and also allows you to approach it in a way that's not judging it.
In the last few years, neuroscientists have taken a serious look at what is going on up here in the brain when mindfulness is practiced. MRIs found a physical difference. Gray matter was more dense in areas associated with focus, memory, emotion, and empathy.
This practice has been associated with structural and functional changes in brain regions that regulate attention and interoceptive awareness, mainly in the frontal cortex and also in a brain region called insula. It has also been associated with changes in the hippocampus and other brain regions that are typically associated with learning and memory, as well as changes in cortical midline structures, which are associated with a sense of self.
It's also been shown to help reduce stress and anxiety by reducing activity in the default mode network, or DMN. That's the part of the brain that activates when the mind is passively resting. For example, when your mind wanders or you're daydreaming. You start thinking about others, ruminating about yourself, remembering the past, envisioning the future, anything but being focused on what's happening right now. This could lead to negative thoughts and feeling anxious or depressed. When you're meditating, all of your focus is on the sensations you feel throughout your body while breathing. This focused attention actually helps you control this inner chatter and turn it down.
And builds up the capacity of the attentional and the executive network to be up-tuned. So you're getting a little bit more intentionality and a little bit less just being carried away by drifting states of mind or asking yourself questions about judging yourself or evaluating yourself.
In fact, when researchers compared the brains of experienced meditators like monks, they found them to have smaller amygdalas, which is connected to the DMN and activates when we're stressed. All this could eventually translate into how we interact with people in the real world.
Someone cuts you off in traffic, and the next thing you know, you're honking at them. And those are behaviors that are very typical and very habitual, but it may also be that those kinds of behaviors also continue to promote states of mind that are not very helpful. So mindfulness, by giving you a window into how you actually feel or think or sense in the body, gives you just a moment of pause and a moment of choice in terms of asking yourself, what do I want to do next? Because you kind of see what the options are more clearly.
Meditation is definitely not a fix-all. It's just meant to be a complementary health approach.
Some people may feel that when they believe all of the hype around mindfulness, that it can actually do everything for them. It can replace, getting treatment if you really need it. It can be a kind of magical solution.
Just like training muscles at the gym, the more you meditate, the better you get at it, and the better control you have over the thoughts in your brain. One thing is for sure, this is no fad. Mindfulness meditation is likely here to stay, especially in my home.
Thanks for watching. If you want to stay up to date on the latest breaking national and international news, be sure to subscribe to our channel, where we also dig into big issues around the world in our weekly series, Global News Explains.